ESPN is losing its mind over Caitlin Clark's new contract in Europe, acting like they had any control over her decision. But Clark isn't looking back, no matter how much they whine. Why? Because she knows her worth, and unlike the WNBA, she values herself. She won't stay in a league that can't even protect its biggest star. Why should she? Clark has voiced her frustration with the rough physical defense and the refs in action. She told reporters, "I feel like I'm getting hammered and opponents get away with things others wouldn't." Clark has been battered by players, ignored by refs, and targeted by haters who couldn't handle the fact that she was single-handedly keeping the WNBA relevant. Now everyone's losing their minds because she's decided she's worth more than being the WNBA's cash cow. ESPN, your golden goose, flew the coop, and now all you're left with is a missed opportunity. Caitlin Clark has dropped a bombshell on the WNBA, and it's hilarious to see ESPN suddenly acting like they care now that she's heading overseas. After carrying the league on her back all season, enduring brutal fouls and being body checked like it was hockey, she's finally had enough. And who can blame her? She was on the wrong team, and the WNBA wasn't protecting its star player. In her final game against the Connecticut Sun, she put up 29 points, 10 assists, and 7 rebounds. She was a one-woman show while her teammates floundered, and the WNBA let the refs treat her like a punching bag. Caitlin Clark was assaulted in her first WNBA playoff game, and now ESPN is scrambling to pay attention. Before Clark, the Indiana Fever were lucky to get 3,000 fans, but with her they averaged 177,000 per game, leading the league in attendance. Clark wasn't just a star, she was a phenomenon, outselling legends like Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi in jersey sales. But did ESPN treat her like the superstar she was? No. They had a good warm coverage, and now they're trying to play catch-up. Too late. Clark faced a nightmare in the WNBA. Every game was like a street fight, with no protection from the league or refs. The infamous eye poke incident should have been a wake-up call, but the WNBA shrugged it off. The emotional toll was immense. Every missed call and cheap shot chipped away at her, and now instead of focusing on her jaw-dropping talent, some are reducing her success to a racial narrative, making things even more toxic. The WNBA, touting itself as the league of equality, left its biggest asset unprotected. ESPN and the league ignored the blatant dirty plays and are now scrambling to pick up the pieces. Caitlin Clark, the lifeline of the WNBA, has had enough, and now she's taking her talents to Europe. She was the heartbeat of the league, and they let her slip away. As she heads to Europe, ESPN and the WNBA are left staring at a massive void they can't fill. They had a shot at greatness and blew it. Now they'll have to say goodbye to the ratings, merchandise sales, and buzz that Clark brought to the league. They could have built an empire around her, but instead, they're left scrambling for scraps. Enjoy Europe. Caitlin, you deserve better than this mess.